From the entryway, we come into the living room, which is a lovely room, lots of light, big windows. Those are patio doors going out to the patio area. These windows face west, so we get a lot of afternoon sun. And of course, there's the piano, which is awesome. Beautiful. It's a gas fireplace with the mantle going all the way to the ceiling. This is a vaulted ceiling that goes up to the upstairs. And they installed luxury vinyl flooring not too long ago, which is okay. It's not my favorite kind of flooring, but it works. So that's good. We did bring in all the pictures from the other place. So like that was hanging over the piano in the condo. So was that picture was hanging in the living room, and so was that one. That one was actually hanging in our bedroom, but it worked out well here. And one of the pieces we picked up, again, Facebook Marketplace, we definitely live the thrifted style, is this little credenza cabinet. We needed something to put some plants on behind the sofa. And, you know, I looked at different sofa tables, different things like that, but this cabinet works well. The black ties in with the piano. And it's got some great storage under here. I did buy it from someone who, you know, redoes furniture and flips it. That's part of what she does, so that's good. So here's the outside patio. We've got it all winterized and ready for winter, so there's not much out there. So yeah, so that's our living room. And oh, let me show you one more thing. So if you back up all the way, the vaulted ceiling, that is actually open to the loft area upstairs. So we'll explore that in a little bit. And here, before we move on to the rest of the house, I thought I would drop in a picture of the living room all decorated for Christmas. Hope you enjoy. Now we're coming into the kitchen area. They painted the cabinets this green, kind of a seafoam green, I would guess you would call it. And they originally were the 1980s white cabinets with the oak trim ledge for opening. We're not big fans of this style of kitchen. The appliances are all brand new, so they bought them right when they put the house on the market. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, we're not sure. We're talking about remodeling the kitchen at some point, but for now it works. It's got the original tile floor, which it doesn't tie in well with the cabinets in my opinion. So I think if the color of the cabinets was different, it would be a little better, but the green, I don't know. Anyway, so that's good. And then over here we have our coffee bar, and you guys may recognize those two paintings were in my office. But we bought this piece at, where did we buy it? At a consignment shop. Turnstile consignment. It was 50% off, so we got a great deal on it. Works out well for our mugs and all of that. And over here is our tower garden. This is what my wife sells, one of the items she sells. So you can grow plants indoors all year round, which is awesome. So we had to disassemble it for the move. So she just planted these a few weeks ago. You can see the plants are already taken off. So we do a lot of lettuces and herbs, stuff like that. But there's many different things you can grow in this particular tower. And we have the grow lights for indoors. You can have them outdoors as well, especially if you're in climates like Florida, where it's warm all year round. You can grow your plants outdoors. And there are restaurants that just have whole, what they call tower farms, row upon of these tower gardens where they actually grow their own produce for the restaurants. All right, kitchen, we go into the dining room. Interesting story on that far wall before I go any further. See those trees? Originally, the owners we bought it from, when they bought the house like 18 years ago, that entire wall was gold. And she did not like all of that gold, so she decided, because she's an artist, to paint the wall the blue, and she marked out those trees with the birds on it, and created a new feature, which I like. So, you know, I don't know how long we'll keep it, but it works for now. We like it, and we'll go from there. Anyway, so this is a huge dining room, very long. We had to buy a new table of a scale that would fit the dining room. So this seats 8 people comfortably. We actually can do 10 without any trouble. And again, we bought this table. This is actually a very high-end, expensive designer table that we picked up at a consignment shop. And it's made by Century Furniture, which is a high-end manufacturer. New, these are like $15,000. I couldn't believe it when I was doing more research on them. But this particular table we picked up for $1,000 with the 8 chairs, which we fell in love with. But again, at Turnstile Consignments, we were able to get it at half price and worked out really well. Anyway, and look at this. We just picked this up at a garage sale last week, and for $5. Beautiful plant stand of some sort, very ornate. And originally they said 10, but one of these little spindles when we were there, we found out was loose. So they, oh, just give me 5. I didn't know that came unglued. So we got it for $5, but I just love it. It's not the right plant. It needs like a fern. So eventually we'll get the right plant for that. And there's the backside of our patio area as well. So yeah, but the other feature, hi everybody, that we love, oh, here's some of my silver. Finally have a place and a way to display that. The other feature in this is this entire wall of storage. So we have all of our entertainment dishes, party supplies, and you know, appliances we don't use very often. So those are all stored in this closet. And then the other side, similar kind of things, although it's more of a hodgepodge. Right now it's got pictures we still need to hang, just overstock of different things. So, but that's a great feature. And then there's this little hallway, and I got to show you this. I didn't show you this for the entryway, but it's first thing when we looked at this place was this. It's for a little play spot for our granddaughter. We thought it was awesome. So we've got books all set up. We have toys in the drawers. So, and our little sign. The light was already under there. So we immediately imagined a nice little hideaway for the grandkids. So here's the entryway when you come in the front door. There's the stairs leading upstairs. There's the hallway closet. Hey, hi everybody. And then this is the half bath on the first level here. And yeah, it's blue wood grain wallpaper. So we found some of the biggest pictures we had and tried to cover the walls to cover up as much as we could. But this is one of our first projects, is going to be updating this room. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to put wainscoting panels along the bottom, keep that bottom half white, remove the wallpaper, paint it a blue, which won't tie in with the rest of the house, and replace the vanity top, which is one of these old cultured marble tops, probably the original one from the 1980s when this place was built. The toilet's been recently replaced, so that's good. The tile floor I think is fine, but one of the things I do not like is the fact along these edge tiles, you can see the middle, in the middle of the tile. So that's why I think by setting in the wainscoting along there, that'll cover that up, caulk the difference, paint it white, and we're good to go. Simple fix, because I do like the hexagon tiles, which are throughout the entryway. Although out here, there is a crack, because this is a concrete subfloor. So I think what I'm going to do for now is see about filling it and then touching it up so that you can't see the crack. Right now we have a little rug over it, so you can't see too much, but that's the entryway. All right, now we're upstairs. I'm going to show you the guest bedroom first. This was one of the reasons that we actually decided to move was we needed a permanent guest room. And so we moved here. Anyway, it's a long story. But this is kind of, we haven't finished decorating this. You can tell we just hung a picture where there was a nail. Doesn't work very well there. But here's the story on this. So this bed we picked up at a moving sale, and we picked up the bed frame, mattress, box springs, the 2 end tables, and the 2 lamps. The lamps are Quiznols, which are very expensive lamps, and she told me that when we were buying it. She goes, oh, those lamps are super expensive. But they're beautiful. They're in conjunction with Lennox. That's why it's the white porcelain on there. Even the lamp shades are marked Lennox, Quiznos. So, and the tables have a marble insert in them, which is really nice. So, $250, we were able to really furnish this room without having to buy much. For those who don't know, this is what I call my quilt chair. I used to do upholstery, and I kept all the fabric samples and decided to try my hand at quilting all the little leftover scraps and covered this chair. This was actually the very first chair I reupholstered, and then it needed to be done again 30 years later, so this is what I did with it. The Dresden plate, little panel down there. So yeah, so it was a fun little project, a lot of work, but really enjoyed it. And let's see, this is a little table, bought at a garage sale. This is actually artwork by Cindy's uncle. This is a print, but her uncle was a wildlife artist. This is an actual painting, sorry for the glare, that picked up at a garage sale for $1. And this lady, her prints go for $150. So not sure what originals of her artwork go for because I can't find any. And it's Jean Hagels, I think, or something like that. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read. There's another one of Cindy's uncle's pieces. A couple more pieces over here. So yeah, so we decided to make this our wildlife room. So that's why we'll be finding more pieces for it. But it's been low priority because we haven't had any guests to stay at the moment. Okay, so here's the second bath upstairs. So it's actually 2.5 baths. So the half bath is downstairs, 2 baths upstairs. So when you walk in, there's the shower. Ooh, look at that tile. That's pretty wild. I don't know what to do with that. I thought about just painting it for now. It's all in great shape, but it just makes you feel like it's dirty all the time. Oops, towel's crooked. There. So replaced vanity. That piece is just sitting there because the vanity doesn't sit flush to the wall. So we got to figure that out one of these days. But here's my favorite feature, the square toilet. Sorry, I didn't empty the trash. It's an awesome toilet. That's all I got to say. And it's nice, it's almond as opposed to blue or green or some other wild color that they had back in those days. But the toilet seat itself, the paint was wearing off, so I bought some almond paint, and guess what? It matched perfectly. So, little spray paint, and it's well done. Cabinet there. Hung one of my pieces of artwork in here. I'm a little worried about it being in the bathroom with the moisture, but I just make sure I run the fan a lot. Now, this is one of the features that sold my wife, because one of the features in our condo, the laundry was actually in our closet. And so the laundry is on the second floor right next to our bedroom. So my wife was super excited about that. Sorry, up and down, up and down. So it's got cabinet storage above and then the washer and dryer here. So super convenient. Don't have to go downstairs or to the basement to do laundry. So that is the tour of our little house. And here's the overlook downstairs. Front door. Yes, it's yellow. We're not sure what to do with the yellow door, but so far we like it. So we're keeping it. Okay, so this is the loft area, which is our TV room, but it's also my office. This is where I do my day-to-day work for my job. And So my old office got moved here, and you can tell I do not have near the amount of room for storage of books. These are the autograph books that I have are all on this bookshelf, along with what I call my orphan people in all those little frames. Cindy loves giraffes, so we have some pictures of giraffes. So we decided to make this with this lovely green carpet and the grass wallpaper, our safari room, because our bedroom years ago used to be safari, so we still had like some figures of animals left over. So we thought we'd incorporate it. Sorry for the mess. I just got back from rearranging some stuff at the Pink Elephant and a garage sale. And Cindy and I were thrift shopping yesterday, which I'm going to be doing that video soon. So yeah, so those are some of my book collection. And then these are the older books that I have over here. So, and that's the TV wall with the little clock. Again, we haven't finished decorating over here. These are two what are called urban tribal chairs. I actually did a furniture design contest back in 2007. I entered it and ended up winning the entire contest. So these were produced by the manufacturer for a period of time, which is really quite an honor and experience. They're no longer produced, but we have two of them here, so that's good. And let's see. Oh, some of you may recognize, these were in my office at our old house. They're now in the hallway. So yeah, this is our second bathroom, which I'll get to in a minute. But I'm gonna come into the master bedroom, which is, let's just say it's huge. We were quite surprised. You could easily make 2 bedrooms out of this one room. But it is what it is. There's only 2 of us here, so we enjoy extra space. We did have to buy that dresser over there because at our old house, the closet had tons of built-in drawers and shelves and hanging units, so we didn't need a dresser. Here, we needed a dresser, so again, Facebook Marketplace is our friend, and found that great dresser, which has worked out very well for us. It's mid-century, obviously painted with the mirror, but it's lovely. We just picked up these curtains at a thrift store. This wall is a wall of closet, so we have all of our clothes hanging in there. This is actually my wife's office is in this room. I'm not going to show that because she doesn't know I'm doing this video at the moment and would probably be embarrassed if I showed her office. So I'm not going to do that, but it's just a small room with her desk and supplies and everything there. It actually was originally intended as a walk-in closet, but it's with this wall of closets, we don't have that many clothes. So we decided that could be a great office for her. And this is the master bath. Yes, it has a humongous jacuzzi from the 1980s. Does works very well. We did get new faucets for it. Let me turn on the light, that might help. But there's a great skylight up there. Give us a great light. I love this peacock feathered wallpaper. And yeah, tons of storage here, which is awesome. And then this is the back half of the bathroom. So there's the shower, walk-in shower. Hello. Vanity, toilet. There was a cabinet up here, which we took down, and it had wallpaper still on it that they just put the cabinet on and then peeled off the extra wallpaper, put the cabinet still on there. But it was a gold patterned wallpaper. But anyway, so we're going to redo this room as well. We're going to do it. This is our inspiration, the colors from this print. So we will work on that. Not exactly sure what we're going to do. Guys, so here we are out in the garage. As you can see, there's a lot of work to be done still out here. A lot of the boxes along this wall are actually my books and artwork and sheet music. And the corner is all Christmas stuff that we have to sort through. And then more stuff along that wall. So that's going to be a next summer project. We'll revamp this garage. I want to put some cabinets in here and set things up a lot better. This is the little workbench. As soon as we bought the place, I bought this little desk with the granite countertop. off of Facebook Marketplace for $80. It was a great deal. I thought it'd work great out here in the garage for a work counter because the granite top will be a great solid level surface for me to work on stuff, particularly like with books and what you want a very flat surface. So that'll work well. And this wall with the pegboards, I bought a whole bunch of pegboard hooks. Now I just need to organize it, get my tools hung up, which are a lot of them are in that little red cabinet down there. And so got to sort through those and get those. So there's still a ton of work to do here in the garage, although that is my lower priority. That's going to be more probably next summer that I'll be working more on the garage. But I do plan on getting the tools organized on this wall before hard winter sets in. And the other thing I need to do is there's my book press down there, and that's going to go over here on where this chair is, on that top of that cabinet. I just have to finish installing that cabinet and building a little platform for it. So that's where my book press is going to go. So that'll clear up a little bit of floor space when that happens. Again, don't know when that's going to happen. So that's kind of the tour of the garage. There's the back door. It is insulated, so I should be able to work out here somewhat in the winter if need be. So